Just a quick trigger warning before we start. This episode discusses miscarriage and mental health challenges. Listener discretion is advised. And please prioritize your mental health and emotional well-being as you listen.
Panic attacks in the car, breathing heavy.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And then I had to say to myself, Cheri, you're doing too much. Mm-hmm. You got to start saying no, and you've got to rest.
If your content never looks the way it does in your head and social media feels like another full-time job, I help businesses and creators manage their social media from strategy to posting so it looks this polished without the stress. Hit the link in my bio if you want this kind of smooth content for your business. Welcome, sis. Welcome back to Life in Between Meetings, the podcast where we share real tips from real moms, real hacks to help us save ourselves from losing our minds. Let's be honest. And today we have a lovely guest. The first time I met her, I was like, we need to be best friends. Mm-hmm. You'll see. You'll get the vibe.
But you're actually the best. I was just I love you. Oh. She's always smiling. So I was like, how could you be always smiling and you have a little one?
Fake it.
Because when I had the little ones, I wasn't smiling. Yeah. So I was like, I need to figure out why she's smiling all the time.
It's faking it. If I smile,
it's not.
I will feel a little bit more balanced.
So I love that we both were just like, I have to get to know her.
It was immediate. To me, she is amazing. She's inspirational. You show motherhood, just being a well-rounded woman very well. Just like the way you carry yourself and all that. But
good. I'm faking it well.
You are.
So I am a mom of two.
Yes.
My son just turned 7. My daughter turned 9.
Yes. And our sons have the same name.
Yes, Cairo.
Yes,
and they both have a lot of the same personality.
Yes.
Just on the go.
Yeah.
They're just going and then they crash. That's it. The 2 stages. It's just 2 speeds. On, off. And then I've been married for 17 years.
Oh my gosh.
I know. We're barely holding on.
I didn't know that.
So just by the grace of God, it's been a journey. I'm an educator. So a lot of people don't know what I do because they always see me in so many different spaces. Yes. And then somebody will be like, I thought you were a pastor, or I thought you were a public speaker, or some people thought I work in social services. And I actually do now.
Oh,
I know. So I know I do a lot. Not that when I say it, I actually do wear a lot of hats. I'm an educator by trade. Okay. That's what I went to school for. And now I work for Durham Children's Aid as an educational liaison. So I provide educational support for kids who are in care. So I find that a lot of the momming that I do at home, I got to also do the momming at school and at my work.
That's incredible. It also doesn't surprise me at the same, because I definitely wouldn't guess it. Yeah. It's not one of those jobs where you're like, that's it. But hearing that's what you do, it makes total sense. I'm sure you're really good at it. They're blessed to have you.
Thank you. I hope you tell them that and they can give me a raise.
Absolutely. You're very blessed to have her on the team. Tell me about your day. How's your day been so far?
My day has been terrible. Great. Sometimes I feel like as moms, we lie and people ask us about our day and we say, it's great. I'm okay. Everybody's doing great. It's terrible. This has been an interesting week because this is Spirit Week for the kids at school. And so every day there's a new thing that they have to wear.
Nice.
I'm not that prepared. And so this morning it was terrible because my daughter had a specific outfit in mind that she wanted to wear and a hairstyle and a whole thing.
Right.
And I was just like, why are we doing this? Oh. So everybody was late this morning. There were some tears today. And this was one of those days that if I did drink, I would have. And
something on the rock
at 7:30 a.m. That would have been.
Forget a coffee.
Who needs coffee? I just needed.
Make it strong.
I was like, I haven't even bathed yet. Why is my house so chaotic this morning? So that always sets the day when your kids get up and there's a lot going on and you don't feel like you're prepared. And so one of the things I just had to do is take a minute and breathe, because it was like, you know what? The day is crazy, but I don't have to be crazy. I don't have to allow the chaos in my home to be the chaos in my heart. Oh. So I just needed a minute, and I did do that. I didn't drink, so you should be. So thank you. Give me a high five. I deserve that. I didn't drink, but I did take some time for myself today, and I think that was a really good reset.
So you just tell yourself that? What did you say?
The chaos in my home be the chaos
in my heart. You just tell yourself that, and then...
Because for me, I'm a little bit weird. I'm always in my head. So I have to say things in my head for then it to be an action for me. So I think some people just naturally are able to pause. I'm not. I literally have to be like, there's chaos in this home, but it doesn't have to be the chaos in me right now. And I'll have to literally talk to myself. I'm a little crazy. And I'm like, oh, Cheri, just take a minute and breathe. Your kids are fine. Your house isn't burning down. They're fed. Everybody's okay. It's Spirit Week. Nobody's dying because they didn't have the right outfit today. So sometimes it's, as moms, we think that the things that are so important for my daughter's 9.
Yeah.
Whether she gets the right shirt for Spirit Week is important for her, but it's not important for me to then be crashing out with her. And so I just have to take a minute to put in perspective what's important. And sometimes it's hard to remember that I'm the adult. Because these kids, they have you in a chokehold, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the adult. I'm supposed to be the one who's calm and figuring things out. So that helps me. So I have to say things in my mind. I say it aloud, and that allows me to then actually do the movement.
So I've started doing that, but I thought I was crazy.
No. And I guess everybody, it's different, right? Some people, they're just able to write things on their mirrors and they're good.
Right.
No.
I'm an overthinker.
Oh, me too.
I'm an overthinker, so I'm in my head a lot. So a Bible plan I'm reading right now is How to Battle Anxiety. And the first one, I feel like those Bible plans, the first day is the best.
Yes.
It just goes downhill.
And then you just drop the book.
It could have just been day 1, but first day.
I stop after day 3.
Right? It said, think of things that are true. And that's what I keep telling myself. Sometimes I just spiral out of control. I'm thinking about something over and it's like, this is not even reality. Is it true?
Yeah.
And I'm literally checking my brain. Think, is it true, Khadijah? It's not true. And that literally helps me.
One of the things that was most powerful for me to learn was that my feelings are valid, but they're not always based in facts. And so the way I'm feeling is valid, but it doesn't mean that what I'm feeling is actually what's going on. And so that's been helpful for me as a mom and just as a woman, because sometimes I feel like we're all around and we're doing all the things. And then I wait a minute. Just because I'm feeling frustrated doesn't mean the situation is actually frustrating. Maybe I just need a minute to think about the solution to this. Or just because I'm frustrated doesn't mean everybody else is frustrated with me. Because when I'm feeling away, I want everybody to feel away. I'm one of those friends where like, I'm mad, you got to be mad too. I don't like them, you don't like them neither.
Are we the same person?
That's me. I'm one of those. You're no longer friends with them anymore.
Are your friends the opposite of you?
Yes.
Me too.
And that's actually really grounding and very infuriating.
And so is my husband. He's the opposite of me.
Yes.
So I take things very personal. Yeah. Like I'm a little bit fiery. And he's just very much
calm.
Speaking of my husband.
He's here. The man, the myth, the legend.
Andrew's very calm. And yesterday I was speaking to my best friend and just the things that she was saying, I was like, we are so opposite.
Yeah.
Like the things that, like to her, she's like, well, I wouldn't really take that personal. Like it's just, you know, how they show up in the world. And I was like, what? Why? I would cut them off. I'd burn them. Everybody. Stone them.
That's it. Die. Yeah, I had a friend today and he was like, okay, so what can you learn about this situation?
Wow.
What? Learn? We're mad. We are still mad. We are not at the learning stage, but like that's the friends that I have.
You just listen?
Yeah, I just need you to like vent with me, like, right? Yeah, you hate them too. Yeah, it's like, no. So what can you learn? What information did you learn?
But that's what we need.
It is.
That's what we need.
But it is frustrating. Yeah.
With the wrong person, it wouldn't go well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, let's try learning tomorrow. Like, that's not how it goes. But it's good because it helps to keep me grounded.
Yeah.
And it helps me to put into perspective my life. Because sometimes I'm like, my life is so terrible.
Right.
Nah. And it's really not. And so having those friends who kind of ask you the right questions and to recenter you, it really does bring me down quite quickly.
Yeah.
So.
Especially as a mom.
Yeah.
I also wanted to know immediately as I saw you the details of your outfit.
So this is a Zara.
Oh, your nails are cute.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm
trying.
Inspired. Need to get these knobs taken care of.
You should. And I'll tell you why. Yeah. I started to do my nails because I felt like as a mom, I didn't do enough for myself.
Preach.
So my kids would be at church. They would be in the streets, in the mall, looking fire.
Pristine.
Yeah. And every time I would go to the store, I'd be looking for things for my kids. And then I would look down at myself. I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Mama needs
a shopping spree. Yeah. So the one thing is by doing my nails regularly, that reminds me that I am important and that it's not just about my kids and about my husband, but like how I feel about myself also affects how I show up in the world. That's kind of where I started because I wasn't doing my nails. I mean, yours are actually nice and clean. Mine were just raggedy and scraggedy. So good on you. You don't have to get them done, but at least they're nice. It's like they're shaped and stuff. Like mine were not shaped. They were like I was just in the world. Just
in comparison to the girl that I was pre-Cairo.
Yeah, but you can't compare her because this one is a better version. She pushed out a whole child and is still like slaying. And you actually know how to put makeup on and stuff. Like we're gonna have to teach me about that.
Some people may disagree.
Do a podcast about that, about like how you're able to like do your makeup and like all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the 5-minute beats and stuff.
Yeah,
that's the stuff that I need.
Selfish plug.
Yeah, that's what you got to do next. So the jumpsuit and what you probably don't know about me, most of the stuff that I wear are like all ones stuff, like jumpsuits. They are dresses, like they are sets, things that like, and for
low
me,
effort,
because I see
maximum.
Yeah, because I see people like they, especially for moms, like they look really well put together. And I found that after I had my daughter, I couldn't think about what I was going to wear in the day. So I knew that if I had like a jumpsuit that I can put on and be fully dressed, or if I had like a dress or I had like a whole set, then I could just grab that and I would feel good about myself. So when I felt like I had to mix and match, I was not mixing or matching. And so this way, I feel like I go into the world more prepared. I'm feeling better about myself. So this is a Zara jumpsuit. I got it on sale about a year ago.
Very cute.
And I have it in 2 colors and actually 2 different sizes because this one's a little bit more oversized and I have one that's a little bit more fitted. And so I can't wear that one after I have had buffet. So I just have to be mindful of where I'm going for the other one. Yeah. But I thought this was a nice.
It's very cute.
Thank you.
It's very cute.
For our
I'm really
day.
into it. That is a really good tip. The more I listen to you talk, the more I'm like, you should create content.
No.
The world needs to hear.
I'll just come back on your podcast. I'll just come back.
She's like, let me run back into my hole.
Yeah, I'll just come here every now and again.
This is honestly one of the main like inspirations for the podcast is like, I do think I have a unique perspective and a lot of valuable tips to offer, but I gained a lot of it from the women around me. And so many women around me are not comfortable creating content. Yeah. So it's a way to give like, you know, you a platform for another mom that could identify with you that may not identify with me. Yeah.
But we all identify with you. So that's okay.
Thank you. So describe a full day for you, like a typical day in your life. Like, what does that look like?
So one of the things that is probably unique to me than other moms is I was very intentional. My husband and I were very intentional about training our kids to be independent. So what my day looks like might be a little bit different than most people. So I do wake up and then I wake my kids up and then I go back to bed for another 30 minutes. And my kids, they get dressed and they have breakfast. They brush their teeth, they wash their face. And by the time I get up, I just make sure that they actually have brushed their teeth and washed their face and that their lunches are packed in their bag. And so what that does for me, it allows me just that extra bit of time. I'm not a morning person to reset if I need to pray, if I just want to think, if I actually need the extra 20 minutes of sleep, it just allows me a slower start to the morning because I don't do well with getting up and just going. But they're kids and they can get up and they can do that. So they've been doing that actually for a couple years.
How old is Cairo? Your youngest?
He's 7.
He's 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just turned 7 and my daughter's 9.
And when were you able to start doing that?
Probably from when, because my daughter was very responsible.
Yes.
So
your kids are like little grown-ups.
Not my son. No. There's a reason why we only have 2 kids. He's precious to me. That's my baby boy. I love him to pieces. Yes. But yeah, he's the finale. He's definitely the finale. He's the missing link and we don't need any more. But my daughter was very responsible. I probably shouldn't tell people this story, but I remember my husband, he used to travel a lot for work. He still does. And so my daughter was 3 and my son was 1 and we were home alone and I was just exhausted and I accidentally fell asleep. And so when I woke up, the way that our house was set up, the kitchen is set right off of the bedroom.
Okay.
So the door was still open and I got up. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on with these kids? Like I just passed out. I don't even know for how long. Yeah. And then I could see my daughter and she was standing on a step stool in the kitchen and she was cutting cucumbers for her and her brother. First of all, you're 3.
She's 3.
She was 3.
What?
And my son was 1. And I looked and I could see that she actually had a very balanced meal. Like she was cutting up the cucumbers. She had made a sandwich of bread and butter. Oh. She had gotten fruit. I don't know, like I think it was an apple. And she gave each of them an apple and like they were going to eat. And he was actually seated like at the counter just waiting for his food.
Whose personality is that, yours or your husband's?
I think she gets this from somebody else in our family. I know I would love to take credit, but if I'm honest,
you're like, I have no idea.
I don't think it's either because we're both the youngest kids.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
my husband and I too.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, I know we have all the similarities.
That's
so
scary.
When you're the youngest kid, like you're not that responsible.
No. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure she gets it somewhere.
Right.
It's not here.
Right.
Not from here. So,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe my sister-in-law, she's very organized and very good caretaker. And so it was at that moment, I was like, my kids are a lot more
self-sufficient.
Yeah. And I think kids are a lot more capable than we give them credit for.
Absolutely.
But I think that we don't allow them the ability to actually learn and to be independent. I think that's the roughest thing about growing up in our day and age, because when we were growing up, I think we did have quite a bit of independence.
Yeah.
But because of the way the world is going, I think we've actually over-smothered our kids.
Absolutely.
So I shouldn't tell you this part of the story. I was like, they're well taken care of. And I went back and I took another 15-minute sleep. I mean, she was done. I made sure like she was cutting it up. And
Wait,
and
did she see you see her?
No, like she was good.
You peeked?
I peeked and I made sure she finished cutting. And she put everything in the right spots. And then I was like, great. And, I took another 20 minutes. Yeah. So I was like, this is great. So after that, my husband and I, we started to realize, okay, so like on Sunday mornings, we taught my son, he was 1 at the time. He could get up. He knew how to get up the stairs to where our breakfast nook was. He knew how to take out his cereal, so we made sure it was accessible to him. We would show him how to,
at
take
1.
Yeah. I mean, he was like 1.5. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But he could walk. He could because they would get up hungry. And so we taught him how to do that. And so that actually allowed us to sleep in on Sundays.
Absolutely.
Because the kids, they knew they would stay in their rooms to about a specific time. They knew they were pretty good about 8:30. Then they would come out their rooms. My daughter would sometimes go get my son. They'd go upstairs. They'd serve each other breakfast, and then they would go downstairs and just watch their little Bible shows or whatever it was. And so
I feel like this feels revolutionary, but I'm like, was this my childhood?
Yeah.
It probably was.
It was though.
Yeah.
But I think at some point, I think this is why we're burned out.
Yes.
Because I was trying to think about our parents.
Yeah.
And they just seem to be skipping everywhere. They seem to like have this joy about them. And they were always going places, and we were going with them too. And when I was like, by the time I had my son, I was like, I'm not skipping anywhere. And it felt like it was a chore. And my kids always came with me places. Like I was just that mom, and I wanted to enjoy life. And they get themselves kind of ready to go. Then, I drive them to school. I set them off on their way. Sometimes I work from home. Sometimes I go into the office.
Okay, good.
And so I'll work the day. If I can and I'm working from home, I try to go to the gym at lunchtime. I'm not a 6 a.m. morning girly club. Like I see those 5 a.m. morning girlies and they're at the gym. That's not me. And I had to be okay with the fact that like I may not do things the way everybody else does.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. I would prefer to go to the gym at 12 p.m. or go to the gym at like 10 p.m. Yeah, it's one of the two, like because that's just how the day goes.
Yeah.
So if I'm working from home, I'll go to the gym at 12 during my lunch, and then I come back, I work. Sometimes I go to my kids' school a little early because I have a sign language choir with them. So I go like sometimes 15, 20 minutes early, and I practice with the girls there. We come home. And then it's the breakneck speed when we get home of all the afternoon activities. Yeah. Well, it's afternoon activities.
After school routine.
Yeah. So they come home, they get their snack. And depending on what day it is, some days we have like 3 activities in one day. I know.
In the home?
No, outside the home.
Mercy.
Yeah. So
3 as in 1 for each child and then 1 together, or they're doing the same thing?
No.
Or?
So yeah, sometimes for example, on Mondays, they have skating together at 4:30, but then Marlo, she has dance at 6. And then sometimes Kai, he has a soccer practice as well. And so
let's bow our heads.
So it's one of these. It's like by the time I pick them up, it's like, and then we get home and it's 8:00 and it's like, go, and bed. Like,
I don't even know if this is like a Nicki Minaj song or what, but there's like a sound where it's like,
yeah.
That's how I feel sometimes.
That is literally like my life. Yeah. But it's one of those things where as much as it's difficult some days just to kind of keep everything together, make sure you get everything on time, make sure the kids are fed. One of the things that I found is that like I pack a snack for myself as well. Because sometimes I pack snacks for the kids and I forget about myself.
You're eating bear paws.
Yeah. Well, and like I don't want bear paws. So when I get home and like the kids are packing their snacks for all their afternoon activities, I make tea for myself. I pack whatever adult snack that I want. And I feel like that helps to regulate me. Because I found that it was harder on the days when I wasn't doing that. And because I was just angry and upset because I'm hungry and like I'm trying to keep my mind going. So I was like, if I'm telling the kids to pack a snack, why would I not pack a snack?
Right.
So those are the little things that kind of help me get through the day. And then I know that when the kids are at their activities, in my mind, I also schedule those times to do something that I need to check something off on my list. So I know that the kids have 45 minutes for skating. I say I have a poster that I need to get done. I'm going to schedule it during that time period. So I don't feel like their activities are necessarily a waste. I just also see it as a time where I can buy back time to do things.
Can you leave them?
I can.
Okay.
For some of them.
Yeah.
And so like even for my daughter, on some days when she has ballet, if it's an hour and a half, I'll go to the gym during that time period. So that I try to see their activities as a way for me to also
have an activity.
Do
you ever rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do rest. Remember, because I sleep in. So I really try not to complain. Like most moms, like they're up at 6 o'clock in the morning, crack of dawn, doing all this stuff. I'm not necessarily like that.
Right.
This year, I didn't rest as well as I should have. And I found that by November, I was like, when I say crashing out, like crashing, burning, like all the things, panic attacks in the car, breathing heavy. Yeah. It was a lot. And then I had to say to myself, Cheri, you're doing too much. You got to start saying no and you've got to rest. And that's what I literally started to do. And I started to say no without giving a reason. Because I felt like I was always trying to
this
give.
This is like therapy 101.
Yeah, but I was always giving people a reason.
People survive.
Yeah, and I realized that no is a complete sentence. Yeah. And so that's what I started to do. And I had to get over the shame of like not being able to fulfill somebody else's expectations of me. But then I was like, they're not as upset about me not showing up or me saying no as I thought that they would. So that's a me thing. That's not a them thing. So I'd be like, no, I can't make it. And I also stopped apologizing. So I stopped saying, I'm so sorry that I can't make it. I was like, I can't make it. I hope your event still goes well. And that allowed me to not feel like I've got to take the shame or apologize for the time that I needed for myself. So what it looks like for me when I take a day off or like a Sunday, it's movies, Hallmark movies.
Do you go by yourself?
Yes.
Or like at home?
I do. Well, both. So I have gone to movies by myself. My husband's like, that's a little loser-ish, but I don't want anybody like eating my popcorn. So like some days I just need it for myself.
That's where we part ways.
Yeah.
I could never go to the movies by myself. I want to though.
Oh, you should.
But I don't know. I just feel like
it's like my husband. He's like, it's kind of loserish. I go like, no, I love it.
It's not. I admire people that can do that.
Yeah, I'm just there.
Yeah.
Like I go to eat by myself because I want to learn how to enjoy me. And I found that like I was filling up my time with other people. And because I'm an overthinker and a people pleaser and doing things by myself, when I'm in space with other people, I don't feel like I need to fill the gaps either. I don't need to always like reach and make sure they're okay. So it's a process. Yeah. I'm still working on that. But yeah, I like watching movies. I like eating popcorn. I like reading romance novels. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. And I only want ones with happy endings. So don't send me recs for books where like somebody dies at the end or she doesn't get the man.
You don't like a good cry?
No, my life is a good cry. Like I don't need a book where like I'm here boo-hooing. Like I don't want to do that. Like I just want the ones with happy endings. I can cry in the middle of the book, but if I'm crying at the end of the book,
not good.
I'm mad.
I'm pissed.
Do not send me, please, because there's always one who's like, this is such a good book. Look, and I like the ones with Black people.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I'm just like, there's Black people on the cover, and I read the back. I'm like, it looks like a happy ending. It's sold. It could be like Johnny goes to the mall. Wonderful Black people people on the cover. Looks like a happy ending in the end. I got this.
We're the same person.
Yeah. Like so it's not, who cares about the title of the book? Like
if my husband was here right now listening to this conversation, he'd be like, I need to leave. You guys make me sick. And because I'm like that with businesses too. If I see it's a black woman or a black man, I'm like, what are you selling?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking 2. Yeah. And my husband's like, we don't have money. We do today. 3 now.
He needs it.
Yeah.
She needs it.
Yeah. We're pouring back into like our community. Yeah. That's how
even if I take it home and I never use it.
Yeah. Who cares?
I throw it in the garbage.
They don't need to know that.
No.
I supported you.
Yeah.
And I read the books. Sometimes I don't finish them, but like, hey, I bought it.
Quick pause. Here's a little bit about what I do professionally. I don't give personal advice. I teach groups how money works in real life because money is a part of everyday life and learning it in a practical way helps everyone make better decisions. If you want this kind of learning for your group or organization, the link is in the description. All right, back to the episode.
So on a regular day, like not a day when you have a day off, what time are you like shutting things down? Like kids are in bed.
So the kids are generally in bed. This last couple months have been a little wonky. Yeah, because of all the Christmas stuff and evening activities and all that kind of stuff that happened during this time period. But generally the kids are in bed by 8:30, latest 9 o'clock. And that's if like they have a late day. Yeah. So because Cairo, he finishes soccer at 8 p.m. on some days. And so those days I know we're not getting to bed until 9.
Right. And what time do you go to bed?
So, and I tell my kids, like I put them into bed. I'm like, Mom's done. Like I'm off the clock. You don't got to leave, but you got to get out of here. Like, so they're in their room and they generally do go to bed. Yeah. It sounds bad, but I don't usually go to bed until like midnight. Okay. Yeah. Or 1 a.m. Yeah. Same. And like sometimes it's like actually doing stuff. Yeah. And sometimes it's me like, I just need to crash out. Yeah. And I doom scroll, read, watch the Hallmark movies.
Yeah. I still can't fathom an activity after my work day. Like I have put Cairo into certain things and I have not really committed to them because every time I put him into something, I end up because of the age that he's at.
Yeah. You have to go.
It's not an activity for me.
You have to engage.
Participating actively. Yeah. And they're like, oh, why don't you join? I'm like, well, this is not for me. This is not my activity. It's Cairo's activity. Yeah. So it's tough. It's really tough. Yeah. And then by the time he gets home, so I'm like, maybe we should just put the activities on pause or save them. And then there's, Saturdays, basically church. That's the day, period.
And you got to do what works best for you. Like, I think I've just been used to that. Yeah. Because I was the mom where for most of my kids' life, they just know that they would go to bed and then mom starts her next thing. So I would have like choir practices in the evening until like 10 o'clock at night. So like I had a whole other life after the kids went to bed. And I think I'm just...
Which is good.
Maybe. Maybe. I would do mentorship in the evenings. But I think when you stop doing it... And then you realize this is people doing their evenings. People just sleep and
they just relax.
They just eat dinner with their family and then they just go to bed. So one thing I don't do is I don't meet up with my work colleagues.
Yes.
I don't do that.
Yes.
And they always invite me and then they stop because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no.
I saw you for 8 hours of the day. Yeah. No, we're not going to happy hour.
And I'm also not getting paid by the hour.
No. Yeah, so like we're done. When 4:30, it's been great, Barb.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.
Sorry, Barb.
Sorry, Barb. Yeah.
It is refreshing to hear you say, and other women that I look at and I'm like, my gosh, she just looks like she has it so much more together than I do.
No.
To hear those women say, I'm struggling at times.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So it's not that they have some special, I mean, you do have a lot of tips and tricks and stuff to help, but it's not that they're just as much of a human being as I am.
Absolutely.
They have the same 24 hours than I do. Yeah. They have regrets and also things that they think are like, it's a good achievement of mine, but not every day you're like, I needed to do all of those things today.
No. Yeah. And some days we just crash out together.
Yeah.
Like some days I look at the kids and I'm like, we're not making it anywhere.
Pizza.
We're not.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're having cereal for dinner.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's all that I could do. Like and then I used to feel bad. I'm like, but they're happy.
Yeah.
They're eating the cereal, chowing it down, asking for seconds. And I'm here boohooing in the corner because I couldn't make them ackee and selfish that they probably would have thrown out.
Yeah.
Like sometimes as moms, we just have to give ourselves grace. And one of the things that I've told myself, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And that's something that I say to myself over and over. Like, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And some days I have more and some days I have less.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And what's important is how I show up in those moments also teaches my kids how to show up in their moments when they're not having it all together. So I find that now my kids...
You're modeling it.
Yeah. So I find out even with my daughter, she'll say like, I just need a minute. And that everybody knows what that means.
Pat on your back, mom.
Leave her to be. Yeah. She needs some time to herself.
But that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, because I do a lot of things wrong. And so if you do, and that's also okay. Like, I think by showing that I do things that are wrong, and then what do I do differently? How can I correct that? Can I apologize? Can I take a class? Can I figure it out together? Like, whatever it is, I feel like we always feel like we've got to be perfect.
Yeah.
And by releasing myself from being perfect, it also releases my kids from feeling like they need to be perfect as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's been a shift. I'm still working on it. It's not always easy, but we figure it out as moms.
We do.
Yeah.
We have a tendency to just,
figure it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of having young kids while working?
The hardest part is making sure that you're meeting all of their emotional needs and showing up for them whenever they need to. So one of the things that I've done, and I don't regret it, is I took jobs based on my availability to my kids. And part of that was because my husband, he travels quite a bit. And so I needed to know that I can get to my kids if they ever needed me to. But it's hard because what if I couldn't? Like, what if I was in a meeting? What if I have an evening activity for work or whatever that I had to go to? So that feeling of guilt and feeling that I'm not giving my kids everything that they need is really hard.
That's the hardest part. Yeah.
It's just feeling like I'm not giving them everything that they need. I'm not showing up. I'm tired today. I had something I had to do today. Telling them no. We don't have it. I don't have the money or I don't have the time to or the capacity.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just too exhausted.
Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah.
It's honest.
And sometimes too, just telling somebody else that you're exhausted. And that just allows me the opportunity for somebody else to take care of me. I think I'm weird in the sense where the public persona of me and who I actually am are two different people.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh my God, she's got it all together. Look at her. Like, she must be so tough. And I'm like in the corner weeping like, my God, I don't know. Like,
the world is crashing in.
I'm just holding myself. Can I breathe? How many fingers am I holding up? Like, I'm that person, right? So when people were like, you just look like you're so tough. I'm like, really? You should have seen me like 5 minutes ago. And so one of my friends had said that one of the best parts of me is when I choose to be soft and allow my friends to take care of me and allow my husband to take care of me. That's the best part of me. So sometimes I used to think that it's the armored Cheri, the one who's tough and keeps it all together. But really, the best part of me is the softer part of me. And that allows other people to meet my needs. It helps them to feel like they're needed in my space. So yeah, that's also how I work with exhaustion is I tell somebody and allow them the opportunity to baby me and take care of me because we need that.
Absolutely.
It's not just rest. Sometimes we need somebody else to share the load with.
How do you know if someone is the right person? Like to...
You don't. And that's the hard part. You don't until you give them the opportunity. And so I'm one of those people where I try to be clear about who I am and allow space for other people to show up and be clear about who they are. And so the only way I know that they're a safe person is over time. And I'll give smaller opportunities to see how they show up for me. And sometimes they fail and they're just a cool acquaintance. Or sometimes they really do understand my heart and they take the time to get to know me. And so those people, like, it's kind of like you move them into the next kind of phase.
Do you give them a second chance?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends on how far along we've gotten.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs second chances. Like, we mess up. I mean, we're pretty perfect, but I mean, we mess up every now and again. But it depends on what you're messing up on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
is it big?
Yeah. Is it big? Like, were you supposed to show up and pick up my kids and then you just forgot?
Didn't say anything
because you were going out with your boyfriend,
right?
You're instantly cut. Like, we're not
cut.
Yeah, we're not moving back. We're not going back.
We're not friends anymore. I'm never going to trust you in this capacity again.
I'll say hi to you when I see you. It's like, it's been great. It's hi. Oh my gosh. Outfit's looking great. There are certain things for me where, and because my circle is very small. Like I don't keep a really big circle and I don't need a lot of people. So it's just that if I trust you and I trust you with my time, I trust you with my kids, if I trust you with my heart, I know that you will break it, but it's also what do you do after I've told you that?
Right.
What are you doing to repair that? Are you making excuses or are you actually acknowledging it and trying to work and be better? Yeah. I'm old. Like I'm turning 42. I know.
You're not old, but I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm turning 42. So I think that it's different.
Wonder she has all this wisdom.
Yeah, because I'm old. I'm trying to tell you, I'm old.
Experience.
I'm old and I love it.
You're 40s.
I'm in my 40s. Like,
and not I'm turning 40.
No, I'm turning 42.
I thought for sure you were in your 30s.
Absolutely not.
I did.
Those are done. And we praise God. We made it through the 30s. Yeah, I'm in my 40s now. And I'm loving it.
Okay, this gives me hope.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay, maybe with time,
yeah,
I will just like fine wine. I'll get more, you know,
I feel like
firm in my decisions. My yeses will be yeses. My nos will be nos.
Yeah. But it's life will do that to you. And I think just lean into this phase that you are in now. There's a reason why your yeses aren't always yeses. Yeah. Because you need to be open to new opportunities. This is the time where you're going to try new things. Yeah. You're not going to have the same capacities as much as people say you can do whatever you want. When you're getting older, you're a little bit more stuck in your ways. And so you're going to be more specific about the opportunities that you're going to accept. Right. When you're in your 30s, you need to be more open. Yeah. So just know that you are who you need to be in this phase of your life. And just know that as you progress, you're going to be who you need to be for that next phase. So lean into all of it.
We need to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You are who you need to be in this season.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Are there any scriptures, prayers, routines that help you like stay grounded?
There's a text that says, God is with her. She will not fail.
Well, that's on my Bible.
Yeah. And that really stuck with me because I think I'm so afraid of being a failure. And one of the things I'm afraid of is I will die and everybody will say she was full of potential. And I'm like, my God, so much more she could do, you know? And she never,
nice.
She never got an opportunity. Yeah. My gosh, snuffed out too soon. You know what I mean? She was so close. My gosh, just a couple more years. And then I just had to reframe that, like with God with me, that I cannot fail, you know? And so it's just about me putting God first and then knowing that he's directing my life the way it needs to be. And so I can enjoy every phase and I can see the joy in every challenge. Even when I'm having my anxiety attacks, I see that as a blessing because it reminds me that I can still breathe and I still have life and that my body is a really amazing structure that has kept me alive for so long and that now I'm safe enough to crash out. Yeah. You know, so it helps me to reframe my life and allows me the grace to try new things and move forward and know that no matter what happens, this is the life I was meant to lead. And, you know, this is who I am meant to be. Yeah.
So do you suffer from anxiety?
I do. Yeah. I actually started getting anxiety after I had a miscarriage. Yeah. And I know that's something that people don't talk enough about. It was the concept that I had a baby and now I was losing this baby. It was something that was really hard and I didn't have anybody to talk to. I was out in Alberta at the time.
I didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah. It's okay. It was, I learned a lot of good strategies that kind of helped me get through that. But it was unexpected. And it was one of those things where I was used to just figuring life out. And this is not something that I could figure out. Yeah. There was no solution. And that's when I had to learn to sometimes just be. And there was times where I would call my principal and be like, I'm not making it in today. And I would just be in my closet, literally just practicing breathing. But that taught me a lot about myself, is that strength sometimes looks like acknowledging that I don't have it in me today. Instead of just always pushing through, sometimes strength is like, I don't have it. Yeah. And recognizing what my capacity is in that moment. Yeah. So I do struggle with it. And it just depends on the season and what's happening. But I find that one of the things I'm learning is that it can be also seen as a gift, because the anxiety allows me to be more open to other people who also struggle with anxiety or depression.
Or sensitive.
Yeah. It helps me to be also a person to lean on for other people. It allows me to see God differently. It helps me to read the Bible differently. And it helps me to feel like it's okay to be human. I mean,
And it probably also affects how you mother.
It absolutely does, because when I see my kids crashing out, I get it. I get where they're coming from. And sometimes I know they're being ridiculous. And so I try to teach them some strategies that had worked for me on how to get through their anxiety moments. And sometimes we could just crash out together and we apologize and we make it work and we just push it along. But yeah, it helps me to understand a little bit more and be a little bit more patient with myself and with others. Yeah.
Are you an advocate of therapy?
I am 199%.
Great.
But like everybody needs a therapist.
Yes.
And I'm currently still looking for a therapist for my kids. And not because they need it, but because they need it. Like they need a doctor, they need a dentist. Why not a therapist? I want my kids to know that their mind health, their mental health is just as important as like their physical health and as much as their dental health. It's just something that we do. We go and we talk to people, and that helps us to work through our problems and gives us language that we need. So that's something that we want to do within our household, but we were looking for a person who's a Black therapist.
Yes, yeah.
So if you've got any recommendations.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking for one for my son when he was in the toddler room at his daycare, and I was really looking into it, and Andrew thought I was insane. He was like, a therapist? He's 2. And I was like, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I ran into the same problem of finding, we had a consultation with someone and then she tried to place us somewhere and we just never found the right person. But they focus more on play. Than actual.
Because I mean, when they're younger, and that's the beauty of it, the therapy can look very different. There's music therapy, there's play therapy, there's animal therapy. And so we just got to find what works for ourselves as well as for our kids. But I have a therapist. My husband has his own therapist. We have a marriage therapist. Like I've done group therapy before. That's been really good with Black women. That was a really good experience where they were focused on how Black women relate to each other and how oftentimes we cannot form strong bonds based on residual trauma. And so we were working through that together.
That's layered.
It's layered.
Yeah.
It was so...
My mom and I should do that together.
You should. It was so layered.
Love you,
It
Mom.
was so good, but it was so hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a lot of female friends. I don't have a lot of
Really?
women.
No, you told me that.
Yeah.
You did tell me that.
I don't have
and I was also shocked.
Yeah, I don't.
I just think all women that are beautiful should have a lot, like not should, but do have a lot of female friends. It's like, obviously you're all stylish and everything because you have a group of girlfriends.
It's the jumpsuit. I told you, like you're instantly dressed. It's the set. No. And so this was really good because it helped me to see kind of where some of the roots of that are and then allow me to be more open about making female friends, women friends, and just being more intentional about that and realizing it's not always about them. It's not like they're all crazy. And it's not even always about me. Sometimes it's the way that we were brought up. A lot of it is generational.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to play a fun game.
Yes.
All right, so this or that. Okay, early mornings or late nights?
Late nights. Immediately.
Okay.
Don't wake me up. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't wake me up ever.
Yeah, I'm not good in the mornings. Unless you're going to fly me out somewhere. Wake me up if you book me a ticket to like Maui. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're in Maui, wake me up.
Yeah, not.
But if we're in Canada and it's cold?
I'm a late night.
Yeah. Quiet time or nap time?
Quiet time. Yeah. I'm not a great napper. I would like to believe I am. I'm not. Yeah. I like quiet time though. Just my own space and my own thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Structure or flexibility?
Structure. I love stability. I like to know what's next, what's happening.
Am I
rigid?
Yeah.
No. One of my favorite words is pivot. And my friends used to hate hearing it. We're just going to have to pivot. We're going to have to pivot. Yeah. We'll just figure it out. I think that like I like structure because it allows you the ability to know when you need to pivot. I feel like when there is no structure, then it just feels like you're in this lost roadmap to anywhere. But I said if there's some sort of boundaries, I know like this wall needs to be taken down and I can rebuild something else. This needs to shift. This needs to change. But if there's no structure, you don't even know where you need to be flexible. You're just all over the place. Yeah.
Pivot. Not toddler, but like cuddles from your kids or
alone time. I'm not a touchy-feely person. Those poor children, they get all the love they need from their dad. We praise God for him. Shout out to Lyle. He does all the cuddles and the snuggles with the kids. He kisses on them ridiculously. He loves those kids. Something fierce. They know. They know. I do like the pat there. Where's your dad? He's not home. Okay, and we can just sit here together. Yeah. No, God, we bless our husbands. Yeah. Alone time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in closing, how are you different now than when you first started as a mom?
I give myself a lot more grace. That's what it is. I think it was really tough for me, even with my daughter. She was the first kid that I actually birthed, and she didn't look like me. No. So she was very fair skinned. She looked like her dad. So I was walking around with this child that looked like I was the nanny. And that was such a mind game for me to be like, I'm raising a daughter who doesn't look like me. And that helped me to see some of my own issues with like colorism, where I was feeling as a brown girl, I wasn't as beautiful. And then learning not to project that onto my daughter, learning how to love myself. And that required grace. It required grace to understand who I am currently, and also the grace to know that I can also take the opportunities to become who I need to be. So that will require mistakes, that will require failing at things, but it also means embracing new opportunities. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I've kind of learned, is to just give myself grace in the journey and know that it's okay to make mistakes as a mom, but it's not okay to feel like I don't have control over this life. I don't want to blame anybody else for the life that I've created. I don't also want to blame anybody for the children that I'm raising. So to me, it requires a lot of ownership of my life. And also it gives them the ability to do the same for their life too.
I truly meant it when I said that your kids are like little adults. Like they are also one of the things that I love about you, because they represent you very well. They are not like other kids.
You want to see their room? You want to? Okay. Yeah, my kids are awesome. They
are different. And oh my gosh, I didn't even realize you're falling off. Fun fact, one of the episodes that I filmed, I was wearing a shirt like on the other side. Like it was inside out the entire time.
That's cute. It was a new fashion trend.
Yes, I was trying out something new. But I think that's one of the things that selfishly we love to hear as moms, is like our kids are showing up in the world in a positive way. Like your kids they are lovely kids. They are loving kids, but they're not like other kids. They move through life differently. When I see them, I see like, little leaders.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think one of the things, and I think this is a tip, especially for Caribbean Black moms, don't abandon everything that we grew up with. I think there are a lot of things we should abandon.
Absolutely.
We love you, mom and dad.
Burn it.
But there's a lot of things that we grew up with that I think are really good. And so those are the things that I've tried to really instill in my kids, because especially in the line of work that I do now, we just kind of, as Black people especially, I feel like we gave up on some of our cultural things, that structure, in order to assimilate. And then our kids were like, why are they acting like everybody else? Well, I mean, we gave up on the things that are core to who we are as a people.
Right.
Even taking your kids to church, it's not that I believe in God and I love God and I know that you can, worship at home, but it's the structure of like them getting up in the morning and that they know that there's a space for them to go to and that they're part of a community. That can also correct them.
Piece. Yeah.
That love them, who know what their favorite fruits are and their favorite candies are, but will also pull them up if they're running down the hallway when they shouldn't be, or they're, throwing something on the wall. Like our kids need that.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a balance of realizing that what a lot of my parents did was actually really solid, and I can take that And then I can also institute some of this other new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not really big on gentle parenting because I don't have gentle kids. And I know that there's lots of ways to do it.
So what do you call it?
This is tough love. This is, we gonna make it. Yeah, it's the tough love and more emphasis on the love than the tough. I feel like we got tough love, but it was a lot more tough than love. And so I want my kids to know that we can give snuggles. We have family time. We go to the movies. You can get a new toy. But you also need to get your homework done, and you got to learn responsibilities, and you have to have chores. Yeah. There's things that you are responsible for doing, even though you're a child. Yeah. And we can teach that from when they're young, from the time they can walk. Teach them that, before you go to bed, all your toys go away. It's frustrating because you see them and they're picking up the one toy and you know that you could get this done quicker. But it's also about teaching them about this is their responsibility. And that's what our parents did. So it's taking the good from, what you learned from your parents and your grandparents, and then also instituting the things.
Remix it.
Yeah, with the things of who you are, as parents yourself. Yeah.
Love that. I needed to hear that. Sometimes I just want to throw it out.
Yeah.
That's good to know. And it's not just, advice in a vacuum. It makes sense.
And you have a boy and I have a boy too. One of the things I will say is that we need to make sure as moms, we surround ourselves with men, not just our husbands or their fathers, who every now and again can just pull up your son. Because they tune us out. Yeah. They don't hear us. And I realize that, having friends they call uncles and whatever, and they will just give them a gentle and
sometimes not even with hands, just with words.
Oh, sometimes with words or just a look. Yep. That's really important. In the same way, for my daughter, she's got lots of aunties. And so she knows if mama's crashing out, call your auntie and auntie might be able to walk it through. But surround yourself with community that are able to pour into your kids differently than you do. Because that's how we grew up. We're missing that sense of community and our kids are suffering for it. And we are too. Because we don't have all the answers and we shouldn't have to. So surround yourself with the people who can fill in the gaps where we cannot.
Absolutely. You're so smart.
No, I'm just failed a lot. And so
you are. It takes more than just failing because you can fail and then learn nothing and then have not changed at all. Yeah. You're very introspective, you process.
Yeah. Yeah. Having kids will do that because they be asking you all kind of questions. Yeah. Mama, why are you so mad? Why are you doing that? I thought you said that we don't yell. Yeah. Why are you yelling? Okay. This is the time we're going to do that? Yeah. I think, having kids will force you to be introspective.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They be exposing you.
Yes, they will. Well, is there anything you want to share? Anything you're working on that you'd like the people to support you with or
any projects and stuff? Yeah. I think one of the things that I'm working on for 26 is that I really want to get into life coaching. So that's going to be my next thing. And so I'm working on life coaching and doing a lot more public speaking. So if anybody has any opportunities, you can get me to do that. I think that's my next thing. I'm really trying to be clear about who I am. And I love helping other people to do the same.
Yes. I will put your contact information in there. Yes. So you can reach out to her. But thank you so much for being here. Cheri.
Yeah.
Did I say correctly?
You did.
Cheri.
You got it.
Yay. And thank you for tuning in. I hope this was really insightful. I know it was for me. Yeah. It was all about, we say balancing it all, but, are we really? But even if we're not balancing it all, there's always something that we can learn from one another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I learned a lot from you too. So this is awesome.
Thanks. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Should have said that in between there somewhere.
And subscribe.
Share, comment. And if you're listening, be sure to join the community so you don't miss another upload. See you next time. Bye.